If you ever saw a top 10 scary ghost demon video in your lifetime, I'm pretty sure you've probably seen this before. Pretty spooky, right? What's even more wild is how often you'll see comments debunking every other video in the top 10 except that one. Typical answers range from Paranormal Activity to some other vague horror film, but I can tell you I've seen that movie more than I would ever want to and never once saw that. I'll tell you though, that if I did, maybe I might remember the movie better. Anyway, no, this clip did not come from Paranormal Activity, and no, it did not come from a horror movie. So, ruling those two out, what on earth is going on here? This clip came out more than a decade ago. The effects on it seem far too good to be made by the technology from that time, and certainly prior to when Paranormal Activity was released. Is it real? Are demons going to come from the wall to get you? Well, no. Let me ask you a question. Ever watch Adult Swim? Adult Swim is famous for scaring the daylights out of children trying to watch some good old King of the Hill after hours. You probably weren't staying up to watch King of the Hill, that was just always the first thing to come on. These came in the form of some of the weirdest clips you have ever seen. Honestly, I'm 21 years old and these still keep me up at night. Maybe that's how they kept you watching. It's a smart business tactic. Right. So there was this TV series dedicated to assembling a giant group of talented content creators and animators featured on Adult Swim known as Off the Air. All of the episodes consist of psychedelic or surreal imagery, clips, and abstractions that most of the time fail to make any sense at all. Think of it like watching Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, but translated to Simlish. It was basically a free-for-all, as long as the clip provided fit the theme made up by the title card. Off the Air was created by Dave Hughes, an editor and designer for several Adult Swim shows like Squidbillies, 12-Ounce Mouse, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force. IMDb notes that he got his start through NTV Animation, where he helped with the production of Beavis and Butthead and Celebrity Deathmatch. I managed to find articles on a few art news websites that talk about some of his work on Off the Air. According to It's Nice That, David Hughes spent hours finding content for the show by scouring the internet for hidden gems of animation and creativity. Indeed, some of the work on the show is a collection of unrelated pieces of underground art. I bet you're thinking, how does this relate to a ghost video? Allow me to introduce you to Justin Martinez. Martinez is an American film director who co-founded a filmmaker group known as Radio Silence. He specializes in video effects and worked on films such as Devil's Due, Southbound, and the segment 103198 of VHS. Now it's starting to make a lot of sense. Dave Hughes got the short Real Demons Caught on Tape, yes, it really is titled that, from Martinez, which happened to be the very first clip featured in an off-the-air episode, Nightmares. I would highly encourage checking out this entire episode if you're a fan of disturbing stuff because it freaked me out big time. Other artists featured in this episode include Ben Wheel and David Firth, who made videos that might be familiar to you. I fortunately saw this video on YouTube rather than accidentally waking up to it at 4 AM on my TV like most people who first saw it did. Off the Air was shown in the very early morning where the only audience probably consisted of passionate fans of the show, insomniacs, or people who just happen to wake up to it. So yeah, this is where my fear of walls came from, and ceilings, and hands. Basically any of those things together. If you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe because it definitely helps, and Formity will thank you too, in their own way. See ya!